Chris, can't believe it. We're finally here. Game one. Who wins?
Jen, I've got the Suns winning tonight. Look, they start fast. They're 3-0 in their 3 game ones of the playoffs, all of them at home, and they've been able to capitalize on those games. And they're well rested, not only physically, which physically it's helped Chris Paul with his wrist, it's probably helped Devin Booker with his nose, but also mentally. They've been able to get over the excitement and the rush of reaching the finals, and now they can just go out there and take care of business. On the other hand, Milwaukee has been slow to start series. They're 1-3 in the first 2 games of their last 2 playoff series, and that includes 2 games against Atlanta where they split when they were at home. So they're slow starters, and a big part of that is Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton has averaged 15 points on like 32% shooting in games 1 and 2 of the last 2 series. And then he picks it up. It's almost like he's got to figure out how the defense is going to defend him and how he wants to attack it, because from game 3 onward, he's pretty strong. So he can't afford to start slowly, but that just might be his custom. So I don't know, if he doesn't have a good game tonight, then they're obviously in trouble, especially with Giannis unlikely to play. I also want to watch and see how Milwaukee defends Phoenix. Because Milwaukee, if they have to give up something, obviously they don't want to give up anything, but you know you always got to give up something. They would rather give up that mid-range shot. They don't want you at the rim, and they don't want you shooting the 3. But the problem is Phoenix thrives in the mid-range with Devin Booker and Chris Paul. Like, they want that mid-range shot. So I think Chris Paul and Booker are going to have big games because they're going to be getting those shots. And then if Milwaukee tries to take that away, you've got Ayton at the rim. You've got 3-point shooters and Bridges and Johnson and these other guys, Crowder. So I think Phoenix is going to look good tonight. I'm not predicting a blowout, but I think they take game 1 of this series.
I agree with you, and everything is predicated on the backcourt. As a matter of fact, everything is predicated on the backcourt for both teams, because you look at Holiday, you look at Middleton, and you look at Booker, you look at CP3. So it's going to be interesting to see how do these guys actually guard each other, or do they say, you know what, Holiday, you take Book, Middleton, you guard CP3, or vice versa, or do they involve P.J. Tucker? Because P.J. Tucker is a solid defender. I don't know if he can stay in front of Chris Paul, but we'll see. This is what we know. If you look at the 4 losses, Devin Booker shot 42% or less. You look at Chris Paul has been a plus-minus rating. So when they play well, they win. It's as simple as that. Yes, they need Ayton. Ayton is going to give you buckets. What's he averaging? 16 and 11, 16 and 12, something like that. And he's a legit 20-20 a night guy. It's going to be interesting to see, can Brook Lopez keep up with this young man? Because he can run rim to rim. He's going to put a lot of pressure on the Milwaukee Bucks defense. Especially, they're a very good defensive team, but they're a better defensive team when Giannis is in there. They're a big team. They're a tall team. They're a long team. Minus Giannis, you lose some of that on the defensive end. You lose some of that rim protection. It's going to be, for me, I'm looking at also, what are they going to do with Portis? Portis is 6'10". I think he's too big for Crowder. I think he's too big for Bridges. Do you play Saric alongside Ayton? How many minutes does he get? What about Cameron Payne? I like Cam Payne because he pushes the pace. If you look at the game when Chris Paul played, they won a game where they scored 80 points. They won another game where they scored like 90-something. Chris Paul is not a guy that wants to be very methodical. And so for me, and you mentioned Middleton gets off to this slow start. If they're going to be in trouble, because you had the luxury of having Giannis. Giannis was going to give you, 30 in game 3, 28 and 16. You don't have Giannis, and I don't think you're going to get Giannis until at least game 3, game 4, if you get him at all. I don't believe they can give up the kind of ground that they gave up to the Nets, lose the first 2, and come back. We know they wouldn't have come back had Kyrie and James Harden been healthy, but that's another story. So for me, I like Phoenix Suns. I like them to cover the spread. I like them so much, Skip gave me a case. Notice how I said you gave it to me.
I gave it to you. It's a done deal. So let's do 8 points. Since you said, well, they're going to win by 9.
they're going to win by 9.
Well, come on. Have the courage of your convictions. This is a runaway.
Hold on.
This is a wipeout. You heard everything Chris just said.
I did.
He just statted you to death. He just made the case that this is going to be easy for Phoenix. Easy.
Last I checked, I don't do it often, but I don't go to the booking window and say, I know the line is 6, but I want to bet $50. I'm going to give you 10.
This is not the window. This is us.
You said you were Vegas. Every time I be trying to get a bet, you tell me you Vegas. Now all of a sudden you try to swindle me, you not Vegas.
All right. So now it's my turn, and I'm going to tell you two something that's off the record. I don't want anybody else to hear this. This is just for Chris's ears and Shannon's ears. I feel very strongly that this is a perfect opportunity, right place, right time, for Milwaukee to steal this game at Phoenix for all the reasons both of you just gave. The bandwagon is rolling for the Suns. They have all but been coronated already. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing that Chris Paul broke through finally after year 16 and made it to the finals, and now it's pretty much a foregone conclusion. They're going to win
it's a done deal, huh?
There is no Giannis, right? And it's somewhat doubtful that Giannis is going to play at all in this series, right? Mm-hmm. So the point is that for all those reasons, I feel strongly, my intuition is screaming at me that this is upset city tonight in Phoenix. But I don't want the Suns to hear that, because every time I make a prediction like this, against all odds, the Phoenix Suns, like a lot of NBA players, do watch this show. So right now I'm probably speaking eye to eye with Chris Paul and with Devin Booker and with DeAndre Ayton. And they're going to be outraged over this prediction. How dare you? That there might be a curse word or two. It'll be bleep you, Skip Bayless. Watch this. I have fallen victim to what I call self-defeating prophecy again and again in my career, because when I go way out on the edge of the limb with an upset pick, unless it involves Tom Brady, because Tom Brady just defeats everything. It doesn't matter.
Well, he's always favored.
He is so well. He wasn't favored at Lambeau, was he? Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Thank you. So I felt good, because that's one man in sports I don't bet against. But he's in a whole nother stratosphere from all this, because this is still just the Bucks and the Suns. And all I know for sure is that Phoenix got a bunch of breaks along the trail.
They did.
They got a big break when LeBron wasn't quite LeBron, and AD went down and out and tried to come back and couldn't play.
Right.
That was a huge break. And then Jamal Murray not being there for the Nuggets, that was a pretty big break. Mm-hmm. And then an even bigger break was no Kawhi. And then for a while, no Marcus Morris. And then Big Zoo down and out. Well, your path got cleared for you. Mm-hmm. The heavens opened, and it was like, let there be Phoenix. Well, so Chris Paul had one magical night. He played the greatest game to me by far of his career. Down the stretch, he went 5 for 5 from the three-point line after he had been 2 for 16 from three in the previous 3 games that he played after COVID. He was horrendously bad shooting the basketball in games 3, 4, and 5 against the Clippers. And then out of nowhere, with 1:43 left in the third quarter, when the Clippers cut it to 7, Chris Paul went berserk. And it was a beautiful thing to watch, because he was basically just willing his team to victory. I've never seen anything quite like it before. And I did not see that coming. But remember, let's not all be prisoners of that moment, because that moment might not be tonight's moment. Will he still be in that mode tonight?
No.
Will he score 50 tonight?
No.
Because if he does, this is a mismatch.
They won't need to.
Okay.
Because Book's going to chip in and get 28.
And I keep telling you, we saw 2 breakout games by Chris Middleton, who's been all-star at home, disaster on the road, and at Atlanta in the fourth quarter of Game 3, he scored 20 points. Mm-hmm. And then Game 6 at Atlanta in the third quarter, he basically put the game away by scoring 23 points. Well, I didn't see those coming on the road from Chris Middleton.
Right.
Well, you don't think he's going to come into this game with renewed confidence? You don't think he's going to come in shooting the ball with some conviction that he hasn't had on the road?
think about what he did, how he opened the game against the Nets. He was awful. And then he had those great stretches. And you look at Game 6 and Game 7, he hit the clutch shot. And then he starts Atlanta off again with a dud. The thing is about him, you never know. Chris Middleton might give you 50, but he might give you 15 on 6 of 23 shooting. So I don't know what I'm going to get. Holiday has been the same way. So I'm not sure what I'm going to get from those guys.
Okay.
I just believe Booker at home. I believe in Chris Paul at home. And I believe that I would put Holiday on CP3 and I would let Middleton take Booker. That's what I would do if I was the coach.
Okay, I agree with you, but you can still mix and match because PJ can play Book too.
Yes.
He can.
Right.
He'll fight him.
Yeah, they played together. He was there when PJ was there with the Phoenix. So get physical. That's what everybody tries to do. Try to get physical with him, body him up.
So the Bucks have 3 of the better perimeter defenders, and people are just writing them off.
No.
Okay?
It's not going to be easy.
And Brook Lopez is turned back into Brooklyn Brook, and he just goes and posts up. He will cause some problems for Ayton that I don't think Big Zoo could cause.
No, he don't cause no problem for Ayton.
Yeah.
Ayton going to feast.
He's going to feast.
Feast.
Really? What, you got him 30?
I got him 15 and 15.
Well, that's not feasting.
Feasting.
Oh, stop it. Go 20.
Okay, 20 and 15 for a
20 and
case.
15 for a case?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, I
20.
saw you coming. Chris, I saw him coming. I got my new glasses on. I said, yeah, that's him. Here he comes. Give me an easy bet. Gotcha.
Yeah, the thing is, look, you're right. Obviously, Phoenix has caught these breaks. But they've been banged up, too. Let's not forget that Chris Paul, their leader.
Yep.
Everybody else other than Jay Crowder had not even been in the playoffs.
I got it.
And Chris Paul's banged up in the first series against the Lakers. Right. And then, obviously, he missed the first 2 games. So they've had the developmental toughness. And, as you said, people have coordinated them. They're winning it all this year. Mm-hmm. Well, they coordinated them against the Clippers without Kawhi. They coordinated them against the Lakers when AD went down and LeBron was banged up. And they still had to play through that and play their best game. So I think this team is mentally tough and been through experiences that will prepare them for tonight.
Okay, I got it. But I think the world wants Chris to win this ring.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's a feel-good story, and I'm with it. I want to see him win this ring. I just have a sneaking suspicion about this game tonight.
But Chris, the thing is, I don't think, like America, dislike the Bucks. I think they just like CP3 and the Suns even more.
Because the Bucks are, without Giannis, they're pretty boring.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Chris Middleton's about as boring an all-star as this side of Tim Duncan, right?
But you got to think about considering what Milwaukee has gone through over the last year, what has transpired, and from the bubble to with the shooting and to this, they're mentally tough now. Don't sell them short.
I'm not. You are.
No, I ain't selling them short.
Yeah.
I just put 2Ks on it.
You just gave me 8.
No, I gave you 6.
Oh, I thought it was 8.
And I got 2015 for 8. You want that?
Yeah, I took it already.
Oh, you think Brook Lopez gonna shut that 8 down, huh?
I just took the bet. I'll take 20 and 15 for 8.
Got it.
Yep. He's got to go over. He's got to go 20 or 15.
20 and 15 is I win.
Okay, good. I like it, and I got it. I'll take 8.
He have a double-double at the half.
Yeah.
You ain't know that?
Yep.
He have a double. I'll give you another case. He have a double-double at the half. A double-double at the half.
I like the one I made.
Yeah, call him in and out because he's a double-double.
Okay. Wait, you're
you're
rolling.
Okay,
give me 8.
No,
Come
6.
on, have some guts.
Nah, I ain't got no guts.
You never have any guts. Huh? Come on, give me 8. You said 9, and you said you believe in it with all your heart and soul.
I like that 3 to play with. You know, I like that 3 to play with. That's a nice little cushion for me.
Okay.
Yep.
Chris, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what to say. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.